Hello, good morning, everybody.
Namaste.
Thanks
Welcome.
for, thanks for being with us. Good to see some of you. We have some weddings going on this in the past couple of weeks. Some of our friends' childrens are getting married, so we wish them good blessings, and it's a lot of prep and energy. So yeah, it's nice. Well, today is the 12th of October, and I hope you're all integrating these energies with ease and grace and love. For those of you that are new, we do have some new folks on. We talk a little bit kind of about kind of the week or aha moments or anything, and then we go into a meditation. The meditation lasts anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes, and you're free just to zoom right off and go into your la la land after the meditation. We don't typically share. You can always write things in the comments. And then we do post this every week on our YouTube channel. So you can always go back and listen to the meditation. I do timestamp it. So you can just kind of fast forward the talking part if you want to and listen to the meditation throughout the week. So there's lots of good free meditations on there. I love kind of randomly picking one and listening to it. So
Yeah, and these meditations are, well, all of us are gathered today, right? All of our souls at a higher level have agreed to be here in contract, whether we are aware of it at the third dimension or in our personalities or not. Our souls are here to create a vortex, to create some energy that we are, as a group, able to hold together. We're more than we are individually as far as energetics. So these meditations are more like activations, and they're transmissions of that soul energy for what's currently happening right now in the human collective, what's happening in the activation of the planet and stellar ascension. And so we guide the meditation, and we kind of go through some of the steps so that you can kind of go back and duplicate it for yourself if it's something that energetically your soul, there's some part of your soul that's energizing this vortex that you're here, that you can use that frequency to open up things in your life. So there's a reason to go back for the to look at the YouTube videos. Maybe there's a technique in there or some tool that you can use, or maybe you just want to add to the momentum of what you're feeling or what you get from this meditation. So
yeah. And if you are local, we do have a Thursday night. We started doing Thursday night meditations in our meditation room, which is a beautiful space filled with lots of great energy. That's from 6 to 7 every Thursday night. And you can drop in and we're there. So it was great. With this week, we had one new person, which was really great to spend that time together and just really marinate and activate. And again, that meditation is a combination of who's in the room and what we need. And we kind of talk you through. So it's just great to be together. Um, just for some tactical, practical things, we do have a WhatsApp group. It's called the Alchemy Community, and we um we closed it down and we had a lot of people like call us like, "Oh my God, I booted out or what happened?" Or it was not personal to anybody. It's just we have so many WhatsApp group when we travel and we had all these different threads going. So we just really felt the inner guidance. There's a new energy being reset, like a new rebirth, restructuring. So just to close it down, there were just a lot of people in there. Some people were taking, communicating in it, and other people were just never looking at it. So we're just going to kind of consolidate it down. And if you do want to be in that WhatsApp group, if you find it's important, we might switch over to Telegram. We'll see. Just send us a text or an email or make a comment under the video and we'll do that. But we share the meditations, practices, happy birthdays, prayer requests. So it's just kind of a light thing as well as upcoming events. So, um, just so you know that. The other thing that was really interesting, and I think this is part of the dynamic of what's going on in the world. And we experienced this really on our trip, and then it kind of carried through, which was another reason for the reset of the WhatsApp group is sometimes lower frequencies, and they're part of our existence um, come into groups or dynamics or situations that are filled with a lot of light. And when you generate a lot of light, that lower frequency seeks to disrupt. It's kind of what it does. It's like what we called it the virus, right? And this virus will literally take people out of doing their work. And we've watched it, whether it be losing car keys or your phone or gossiping or judging somebody. Like it's not our true nature, right? But it did come into the space and it was passed from person to person. So the way it does it is sometimes judgment, gossip, projection, and they all come from wounds and stuff, and we all have them. None of us are immune to that. So it was interesting to watch kind of the game from a bigger perspective play out. And it's hard not to take that personal. It's hard not to take it and get your feelings hurt. But when I kind of step back away from it, there was just big initiations going on. And I think it's going on for everybody, not just for us. And this was some of the work we did with the indigenous, the Kogi and the Mamos Indians in Nantucket, and then here in Pennsylvania, and then Philadelphia. Um, it's so important to have a spiritual practice or some form of groundedness in your meditation, in nature, yoga, breath work, whatever those things are that call to you, because if you're not strong in that and you're constantly being distracted or sucked into conversations, just catch yourself because it'll take over. Um, so we're washing and cleaning, aren't we, honey?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's that's kind of the name of the game right here. We kind of forget that's the name of the game. We think that we're, 12th dimensional beings and we're angels, and we are at one level, but we have inhabited these bodies, and these bodies are in a fallen world, and there's lower, we call them viruses, but they're energetic entities. And as the light is getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and your frequencies getting higher and higher and higher, the lower frequencies, they've got a choice. One is to transform, alchemize, release the distortion, and that means kind of the end of their existence. Or it can go look for some resonant frequencies somewhere else that it can absorb or keep itself alive because it's not generating its own frequency. It's not generating its own light. And when we do this work, part of the process of the purification is the chaos.
Yeah,
It's the mental and emotional and energetic ups and downs we call the roller coaster, right? That's the purification, you know, and it's hard not to take it personal, right? Because you have to take it personal at one respect. You have to forget so that you can resonate with the frequency. Because if you were like angel self, you wouldn't be
that's
resonate.
true.
You'd be resonating with unconditional love, and that energy would just still be sitting there, hiding in your subtle bodies, right? And then so now you have to kind of forget that you're that being, you kind of move into the energy. So it's not this good and bad fight. It's more of acceptance of how the purification process is going on, that the darkness helps us to see the light, and conversely, the light helps us to see the darkness, that which needs to be purified. So, how is it? We just got to move quickly from a place of breakdown or a place of personal into a place of, oh, okay, okay. This is what needs to be released, right?
Yeah. And for me, I had this, I would call it a dream, but I kept going back into it. So it was like this lucid vision experience last night. And there was a Kogi, and I know it was a Kogi Indian because they wear the pointed hat, but it wasn't Mamo Sensio. It was
An indigenous
an
from
indigenous from
a tribe from higher Sierra Nevada mountains in
Colombia, and
Colombia,
he
South
was
America.
talking with me, and he was an elder, like very wise, wise elders. And there's a, a system there where the the ones that are the elders, the what we call big mamos, spend a lot of time in spiritual training and make a lot of decisions for the group. And he was talking to me and working on me, and I had my awareness here, like watching myself, and then I was inside of this giant worm that was black and white. And so I was this giant worm that was black and white, and it was like one of the worms that turn into monarch butterfly, but it was black and white. And I was kind of like, oh, and he was talking to me about I was going into the chrysalis phase. And my mind was like, because I woke up and I started moving around, I was having all this chest pain, and I was like, oh my God, am I having a heart attack? Should I wake up Michael? And I'm this worm, and I'm kind of going through this whole thing, walking around, and I'm burping, which I never burp. And I was like, this is so weird. What's happening? So I go back in bed and I go right back in. He's talking to me like in my face, and he's coaching me through turning into the chrysalis as the worm going into the cocoon. And I was a little nervous, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna go with this dream. And the heart, my heart still hurts so bad. Like it moved from the left side to the right side to the back, and I had to get up and move around again. And again, I went back into the dream, and it showed me that I turned into this beautiful black and white monarch butterfly. And so my mind was like, well, how long do I have to be in here to become the butterfly, right? Like trying to fight, the dream or the vision. And for me, it was symbol of transforming the light and the dark and the extremes and the beauty that comes from when you work a lot with the Kogi, and even in Bali, the the priests there, they all wear black and white checked. It's black and white. They wear black and white. And so it's the integration of these two extremes. So it was a very profound dream and visualization. And of course, I looked up pictures of black and white monarch butterflies this morning just so I could really bring it into my awareness. So I don't know, maybe I'm going to be in the chrysalis for a while. We've got a cleanse this week coming up and a fast for 10 days. So maybe I'll come out with wings. I don't know. So
Well,
we'll
that's,
see.
I love that. I love that because we're all going through that chrysalis. There's nobody, we're all going through the activations, solar activations, and we got the three eye atlas doing whatever it's doing, right? Everybody's got a different perspective and view that's true to them, and but the reality is we're turning on their light codes, and those light codes are coming into our body, and they're turning things on. What are they turning on? They're turning on your DNA. Your DNA is starting to come alive. It's starting to resonate. And that process is not always an easy one, right? We like to go right to chrysalis, right to butterfly. But it's the challenge of getting out of the chrysalis, I think, that makes the butterfly strong enough for those wings to
So those
fly.
wings do it.
And
Yeah.
that's kind of the apt. I love the image of we are these angels, right? There are these crystalline beings that are bringing those frequencies down into the physical world, physical reality, and earning our wings. I think that's a great.
Yeah.
So when we remember that, I think things go a little smoother.
Yeah. So gentleness, gentle, gentle, gentle. Yeah. So I'm not so sure what the energies are going to be this week, other than I'm looking forward to calm. Calm. We've been on the go and a lot of energy, a lot of navigating, a lot of dance moves, as I say. So yeah.
Yeah, the eclipses have kind of turned everybody upside down a little
Yeah,
bit. I mean,
totally.
made you look at things you didn't want to look at, brought up fears that you didn't know you had, and
Expose people that weren't who you thought they were. And
put everybody in a place of transition. Even the
yeah,
Kogi were all.
it was amazing to see them
all the
navigate
survival,
through.
it's all the survival energies that, we all have to navigate, our bills and and keeping a roof over our head. And all those are part of clearing out the consciousness. And so now we're in a place where, okay, we're in a place of what's here now? What wants to grow in in this new land or this new energy? What's exciting us or not exciting us? Maybe it's just peace right now. It says have a little bit of peace right now and allow the energies to grow and expand. So yeah,
Having a good pumpkin cappuccino looking at the leaves. That's my happy place right now.
yeah.
Yeah. So, so did you want to say anything about Three Eye Atlas or no? Everybody's talking about it. I didn't know.
Um, for me, my perspective of Three Eye Atlas, and we're in this physical realm, and the physical realm is a manifestation of our inner realm. We want to we project out what we see, what we want to see, right? So if you take the Three Eye Atlas and what is happening outside of you from a lot of the channels is these upgrades, these codes, these light codes, right? Are they coming from Three Eye Atlas? Well, in a physical world or reality existence, yeah, that's true. They're coming in and they're going through this light, water, light going into the sun, and the sun's creating
Transmuting them back to
solar
us.
wind into our magnetic field here on Earth and down into the core and then out to, you know, but it's really an inner transformation. It's a vertical transfer. That's like kind of a horizontal. This is in our third dimensional reality. That was like kind of the horizontal picture. But in a vertical way, it's a connection to our higher selves, our we could say our soul self in the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensions. And so some people are seeing it as Syrian codes, right? And then you just come, and it's kind of going up to the seventh, eighth, and ninth dimension, which is our oversoul or monadic. It's a collective consciousness. It's some people are seeing it as Andromedans and connections with the emeralds and the heart and the Merkabas, which are all that's one of the things that they see too. And then there's another one I think I saw about Lyrans, which would be your 10, 11, and 12 dimensional selves. So that's the outer manifestation, but the inner manifestation is this alignment with your Christos or your original divine blueprint. That's what the codes are being uh, outside triggered from the inside, but it's the inside connection to the higher self, which has already happened, that we're just now realizing in our 3D reality that it's our avatar self, it's our Christos self, it's us. We're Three Eye Atlas at a higher realm, projecting it down into this realm, and that's the outer manifestation of it. So for me, it's like, some people talk about Martians and well, that's their lens of people are dropping people off at Martians and Martians are coming back into the thing. Okay, that's a great way to look at it too,
One of the Earth realities.
There's infinite amount of Earth realities and we're not stable in this one Earth. We are really changing our frequency all the time and getting to choose the Earth that we wish to live on by the belief in what we want to see. So I like to see that my higher self, my avatar self, and my primal life self is the inner codes of my or our ascension, humanity's enlightened ascension. And that's what's playing out for another level of perspective, right? So
And but thank you. I like I love when we had a conversation the other morning about this, and it is everything is within inside of you. There really is nothing outside of you. And the essence of the free eyelash and all the attention there is actually what's happening inside of you. So it's not coming here to fix you or like awakening is an inside job. It's hard work. It's can be grueling, it can be expanding, it can be joyful, but it's everything in between. So I think people, as they're doing their inner work and going on their journey, this is coming, and a lot of people are talking about it, but just being the inquiry is, for me, I saw it as the oversoul. like as the group soul, the oversoul of all this light. So yeah, it's a pretty cool, pretty fun. Nothing to be afraid of.
Nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah, and
Something
so
to look forward to between now and
well, it's
the
already
winter solstice.
yeah, we're already feeling the energies and what it's great. What I would say is using discernment again when I talk about the virus, right? The darkness that comes in the if you ever like I like Instagram and I'll be doing it and I'm looking at puppy videos and good recipes and beautiful waterfall and then all of a sudden it's like someone's kidnapped and it takes you down this like and it's like how did this get in my logarithm? So it begins to contract you, right? Makes you kind of feel sick to like I go, oh, I feel sick to my stomach. That's the darkness trying to take you out of that expanded state and it's so subtle. And that's what we have to be really diligent about over the next, year as AI and technology and distraction and programming, is more and more and more. Look at commercials. We don't even watch TV anymore because we can't even deal with the commercials. So it's becoming
At
more and more of a,
one level, we've got the programming that's part of this reality. We're being programmed. The overlays on
yeah.
our genetics keep us vibrating with those lower frequencies. And when we identify with them, we make them real. And that's what the
That's your
human
choice.
does.
Yeah.
The human can adapt to any frequency and any emotion. And whatever it believes, that's what it's creating. We are creating that. So the game is to realize when you got attached to that and move out of it as soon as possible.
And I will say the new earth already exists. It's your frequency that taps you into it. It doesn't have to be built. It's already here. It's just your frequency that aligns you with it. So are you going to experience earth with destruction and war and fighting and suppression? Or are you going to experience earth with beauty and nature and birds and water and all those other things? So your choice. Great choice.
All right, let's meditate.
Yeah. So let me
Talked a
pull
lot
up.
today.
I know, blah, blah, blah. Let me just share screen.
Oh yeah, everyone just kind of presents your spine, your vertical column, your connection to Earth and your higher realms of being, higher realms of self, your staff of life, staff of light, your antakarana, we call that. It's your energetic consciousness in all the dimensions from 1 to 12 moves through your spine. And when we concentrate on our spine, we allow the energy to flow. There's a synchronization between ourselves here, third dimensional reality, and our higher selves, and our connection to Christos or divine template, our connection to Source, divine mother, divine father, God. So just kind of sink into your spine. See if you can feel the magnetics. And you start to sink into it. You may feel like the density around your spine being pushed away, or the channel opening or clearing a little bit. You may even feel like a little magnetic pull at the back of your sacral, your heart, kind of pulling you down into your spine as your spine kind of weaves its way down into your root. And see if you can feel your tailbone. Your tailbone is a very important aspect of your energetic body. And we want that energetic connection to be clear and the energy to flow up through the core consciousness of Mother Earth. So let us begin to just kind of synchronize our breathing as if it's a nice circular belly breathing. Like you're breathing from your root, breathing energy up into your spine, into your belly, kind of rolling it around. Maybe it kind of moves into your belly button and then back down through the front, back into your root chakra at the tip of your spine or at your perineum. And just continue to breathe in as if you're pulling energy from Mother Earth into that vortex, that house, that sphere. It's like a sphere within your womb or within your belly, your abdomen. Sphere of light, a sphere of prana, life force. And as you breathe in and you bring that energy up, you may feel your tailbone becoming a little bit more flexible. You may feel your spine, your lower spine, becoming a little more activated, charged. And as you bring the energy up, see if you can feel where that connects between the spine and the belly button, that which we call your sacral chakra. If you can illuminate that horizontal connection. Some call it the dantian. Some call it chi. These are names of the energy or the prana or the life force that moves into and through your light body, your sacral chakra, your root chakra. And as I'm speaking, the energy is just softly kind of building there. You may feel now that you've maximized the sphere, and the sphere should feel like it's kind of resting on your tailbone. It's expanded to the just underneath the skin, or maybe even merged with the outline of the skin up into your solar plexus. And just begin to feel that sphere as if it's a sphere of energy. And notice what color that energy is for you. Is it golden? Is it white? Is it silver? Does it have a blue hue to it? And notice how, as you breathe and synchronize with it, this consciousness sphere, how the energy is being pulled up through the root, like there's conduit between your root chakra and the core of Mother Earth. It's that blue tether line that we're strengthening, that connection to Mother Earth, the prana life force that sustains all life on this planet. We're charging that connection and bringing in these stellar codes that she has activated within her crystalline core. They may serve you to feel as if these crystalline codes are threads of scintillating light that is just being pulled up and filling your sphere, your power sphere. And just notice how the energy is being received by your sphere and how the sphere is shining, it's beginning to radiate. You may even start to gently undulate or it's moving the currents within it and through your light body. We're just going to allow that energetic sphere of light, prana, life force, to continue to integrate with our breathing. We're going to just let it do passively. We're just going to kind of move our attention now to our heart field. Begin to breathe through the center of your heart as if you're bringing in energy through a straw into horizontally into your heart. And the straw takes it into the core of your heart, illuminates the center of your heart, and fills and expands, illuminates your heart field from the inside out. Just take a couple breaths here. Notice how you're charging and how the inner magnetic energies are expanding outward through radiance, through color, through sound, through prana. Good. You may feel like your heart has reached a kind of a fullness. And the envelope of the form of the heart, how does the energy move through it? Is it permeable, nice and easy, flexible, supple? Or is there some pinching or little density that's being vibrated, opened, dissolved? And you may start to feel as if the radiance from the heart field has created another sphere. You may feel that energetic outline underneath your shoulders, moving out this forward and backward behind your heart. and downward and around, kind of inside of your hips, your pelvis. It's almost as if your heart field is kind of enveloping your sacral belly sphere. You may even start to notice how the two energies of the spheres are communicating to each other, integrating, talking, we could say. And both are enlivening the other. So the sacral sphere is enlivening the heart, and the heart sphere is enlivening the sacral. And as the two begin to integrate and merge, harmonize and synthesize, you may notice how they've kind of fill up your egg, your auric field. We call it the egg. It's this auric field, it's the boundaries of your auric field around you, kind of your light body container. And we're just going to kind of passively let go of the heart field and allow that to continue to integrate with the solar plex field. And as the heart expands and the energy radiates outward, we're just kind of attuning to our egg of life, our pranic field of life. And just notice where around your form you're being drawn, your awareness is being drawn. Just outside of your skin, you may feel your light body or your pranic body. You may feel it as a slight vibration. If you're drawn a little further out, you may feel kind of like your astral body. Just allow that astral body to come into your awareness. You may just notice your energy is kind of moving a little further out now. A little more refined, subtle, and supple. Just kind of feel what we call the etheric template. It's an etheric body. The temple of your soul, the template of your soul. Your divine, perfect template. You may start to notice there's another layer just outside of it, kind of like a violet layer. And that violet layer is not only holding your etheric template, it's purifying and transforming and bringing in this higher vibrations of bliss and joy. See if you can feel through your heart the touchings of that joy, that infinite bliss. Breathe it into your heart, pull it into your field, and just see the violet etheric energies weaving through your egg of life. You're being held and supported and loved. You start to feel like subtle waves or supple waves moving through your field. This is your DNA. You've activated your DNA to energize these fields of bliss, eternal joy, divine ecstasy. And you may also feel some pulsing at your tailbone or just above your tailbone as these frequencies are being grounded, anchored. And there's like a resonance between your tailbone and your third eye. As if the energies of the tailbone, the root, the sacral, open the third eye. So energetically, bring your awareness to that place of your third eye, just inside of your forehead, and energetically open the lid of your third eye. Feel the energy there as it kind of rushes in into the center of your brain. These violet codes of your etheric divine template cascading and activating your DNA. I'm just taking a moment for that. Those energies to kind of ground and stabilize and integrate. It's as if you're being filled up from within. You may even just feel a sharper image or a sharper definition of your third eye as it's become more of an eyeball or a sphere, an energetic eyeball, an astral eye, a clairvoyant eye. And then very just subtly without jarring yourself out of your present awareness, just slowly open your eyelids and look at the picture on your screen and just pull in the frequencies of the light codes into your third eye and into the center of your brain, what we call the pineal. And notice how the pineal is like this crystalline structure, crystalline magnetic field, how it's influenced by the influx of the picture and the codes coming through, the violet codes. You may even notice the crown beginning activated as if the petals of the crown are dancing in the violet light.
And continue to breathe this in your heart, into your crown, into your third eye, your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root with each breath. Continuing to breathe and integrating all these energies throughout your field.
Begin to feel the interaction between the violet energies coming off of your crown chakra and the egg of life around you, and how they influence the violet colors spreading through and around you, integrating into your spine, down into your tailbone, into your root, energetically, and take them into your physical body too, into your hips and knees and bones, down into your ankles and heels and feet and soles. Even notice how the toes are now vibrating with this violet vibration. You may even see each toe as a small violet flame communicating with Mother Earth. And as those tendrils of your toes and the soles move down into the earth grid, stabilizing your energetic field, the organic template of Mother Earth, you may also notice the petals of your crown are reaching upwards, as if wafting upwards. As if a circular tube is opening in your egg of life, and these frequencies are moving upwards and out. Like a torrent of violet flame coming off your head and actually coming off your egg of life field itself. And allow that violet flame to just extend around your egg of life, encircling you as if you're a chrysalis within a violet flame. It's 6, 7, 8 feet tall, 4, 5, 6 feet wide. And notice how the flame that you are is stabilizing within the organic grid, light grid of Mother Earth. So if you're plugged in, sourcing your flame, our flames, like violet light bulbs in the planetary grid. Those light bulbs are waves of consciousness that talk to each other and send waves of violet consciousness back and forth to each other around the globe, encircling Mother's Earth in the magnetosphere of this violet flame energy, violet flame consciousness. As you take this energy from the grid all the way down into the core of Mother Earth and lock your personal grid tether line into the core of Mother Earth, the violet consciousness field expands around Mother Earth. So she's encompassed as well within her egg of violet flame, held and protected, nourished and loved. We have this opportunity to thank her and to hold her in our love, the love of our higher selves, the love of our true nature, with gratitude, with devotion, with humility. Hold her in your heart. Notice how the microcosm of the love within your heart is resonating in the macrocosm around Mother Earth. And breathe it in. Be in dynamic exchange. When you feel yourself integrated fully, inner and outer, resonating with unconditional love, you'll know you're complete. And slowly bring your awareness back into your body. Hands in namaste and your heart field. The intention of anchoring your state of being, your state of transformation. Slowly opening your eyes.
Thank you, everybody. Namaste.